So, we've just described how this all works, and naturally some questions came up. Matt, who plays Purgatory, actually Jason, who's behind the camera, credit to Jason, he's asked some questions as well along the way, so we thought it'd be fitting to answer those questions straight away so that you have the answers immediately. So what have you got for me?
Okay, so I'm going to be Question Master. I think the first question is, so how do people get the encounter cards?
Okay, so in the previous Kickstarter, and actually if you buy a model now, what happens is you get the model, you get the stat card, you get the sandband card for the little side game. What will happen in the future is that you'll get that encounter card as well with your model. So every time you purchase a model, you'll get everything you need to be able to play the solo mode, the co-op mode, and the skirmish mode to be able to play the games. In the Kickstarter before as well, you would have got a box of them. Any sets that come out that we're releasing, you'll get those cards in there as well.
Okay. I was part of the first Kickstarter.
Yep.
So as part of that Kickstarter, how do I get the new encounter cards? Because obviously I've already got a lot of the model range already.
This was something we really thought about. Aidan and I, who's co-creator, we talked about this endlessly. We thought about a way that we could reward those people, because you've backed us before, and there's a lot of people out there that are interested in our game that have bought models and things like that. We know who's bought what, specifically the Kickstarter, where people have got 20, 30 models. So what we've decided to do is, the best we can do it is at cost. We're going to sell a pack called a Close Encounter or a Previous Encounter, and those cards will be available. And what we'll do is we'll just package up. So if you purchase it in the Pledge Manager after the Kickstarter, we'll make sure that you purchased it previously before. We'll track your name down, we'll find out what models you had, we'll pack those cards together, and we'll send them out to you at cost with the postage. And that way you haven't got to repeat the models, you haven't got to buy anything double, you can still benefit from it.
Cool, sounds good. So back to the Kickstarter. So what can we expect to see in the Kickstarter, and what's coming?
Okay, so this Kickstarter is about bringing a tighter control really to what we do. When we released the first Kickstarter, it was about, hi, look at us, we're Purgatory, we've got all these models, what do you think? Now it's about really starting to formalise it, that extra professional bit. You'll see on the screen coming up in a minute some of the box arts for the characters coming through. So you'll see Penamu, you'll see St. Peter on the front, you'll see the new Marat faction, which is part of the crossover. And the idea is that now we're going to create starter sets. We thought very closely about how we want to present these, and it's everything you need to get in a box, and it's 30 quid. So in the Kickstarter there'll be 5 options. It's choose one faction. Each box you get 3 models, you get a host and 2 others, you get dice, you get cards, you get a unique card, you get the encounter cards, and you get a copy of the rules to play, which will include the solo and co-op method of play. And then there are now these encounter sets as well. So you can buy boss fights, so that actually you can pick your faction, you can play your games, and then you can go off and fight a boss at the end of it. Okay. That's what we're bringing to Kickstarter this time around.
And what made you go down like an encounter style gaming route?
Do you know what? We listened to people. What was really prevalent from the first Kickstarter is a lot of people said to us, look, we love skirmish games, but actually we do like to play together. Board games are really, really popular these days. We didn't want to do a board game because actually we believe in what we've got. The game's popular, people play it and they enjoy it, but we didn't want to limit it to people that just like 1v1 play. We wanted cooperative players who just wanted to come and have friendly fun, do it together. So by releasing the encounter cards, we allow people to play on their own, play together, and just experience and enjoy poker in a different way.
Okay. As part of the Kickstarter, you said you're going to do like starter packs for each of the factions. Will the previously released models be part of the Pledge Manager, or will they be available from the store separately?
You'll be able to get them from the store, but we're probably going to discount some of them on the Pledge Manager to give people the option to buy them. People might want to build their faction. They may say, actually, do you know what? I really, really want the Gangbanger faction, but actually I want to boost that by having some more characters, or I want to buy a different host. I want to build my encounter deck in a certain way so that I can experience different people. They may have liked what they saw from Jack or Bobby earlier on today, so they may want to go out and get that character and go, actually I've seen him work, I want him. So they'll all be available to people in the Kickstarter.
Okay. And recently we had the Moloch versus Click-Clack fight from Mythos versus Purgatory, and I'm told it's also like a linked Kickstarter, so both companies are getting involved. Tell me more about that.
So basically how it works is that there's a pledge that you can pick within the Kickstarter. It's called a crossover into madness, and what we've agreed is that every person that buys the equivalent level of that with us and with the Mythos campaign, because they're both running side by side, they will benefit from a free Ginny Masaki model. There's 2 models. It's alternative, so you get the arms and the bodies to make 2, and that's your reward for backing both of us. Jack from Purgatory is going to make his way into Mythos. He's going over there. He's a character that's quite suitable for their world. We've changed his arms so that he hasn't got a chainsaw, but instead he's got a dagger, so he fits in with their cultists. Some of the cultists, this particular cultist leader, is going to come over to Purgatory because they fit within our world. And we're going to do a very loose link between the 2 worlds so that characters can go backwards and forwards. You saw with the Click Clack Moloch thing, it was fan request. We worked quickly, we worked together, we created some rules, and we had a load of fun as well. It was really good fun. So we're talking about doing that, and we're exploring how we can do that more and more.
Okay, and probably the toughest question for any creator, what are you most excited about?
I mean, I'm excited for all of it. I mean, when you create a game like this, or when you create anything really, it becomes a passion. It becomes, you live and you breathe it. It's your baby. I don't want to go too sort of cliche on it, but it is. But if I'm honest with you, I'm going to go back to the cooperative side of things. We always said that Purgatory was going to be an open world. We always said that it would have the ability to have more stories added to it, where we're going to expand the range, bring new characters, bring new playing experiences in. And I can't think of anywhere actually in the marketplace where you can get a set of models where you can play 3 different game modes. I mean, realistically, you buy a model for £10, you're getting 3 game modes for that model. I mean, it's fantastic, and we hope that really what it means is that it opens Purgatory up to a whole new group of people that don't like playing cooperatively. They don't like that. I suppose it's that confrontational gaming. Instead, they want to do it with their friends and just have fun, just like we did in the bar.
Sounds good. Gary, thank you.
Most welcome. Thanks for your time. Cheers, Matt.